Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 i4 eDrive40. This one is in Portimao Blue, which of course is only available with the M Sport package. And this was a custom ordered car, and they backed out when the car arrived. But there are lots of little issues with 2023 production of the i4 eDrive40. So first off, beginning of model year 23, Parking Assistance and Driving Assistance Pro were unavailable. I forget when they came back. It might have been maybe about halfway through the production run. And then the M Sport package disappeared. So that meant no Portimao Blue, no Brooklyn Gray, and a lot of our orders in the order bank were for basically the M Sport package, regardless of the color. So that caused a few more issues, and finally the M Sport package came back, as you can see in front of you. But this one is fairly well equipped, but is missing a couple things in particular that may make it a little bit on the undesirable side. And I think the big thing here missing is the parking assistance package. Let's talk more about this build here. So you can see we have the laser lights. This might be 2024 might be the last year of the laser light. So with the refresh expected, I think in model year 25, the lasers are probably a thing of the past. You can only get the lasers right now on the eDrive40 or the M50. We also have the shadow line package. You see the shadow line lights, blacked out grille. They're identified there for basically an I vehicle, or basically it's either the eDrive35 or 40. The M Performance M50 model has an M badge there, and your BMW Roundel with the blue circle around it signifying BMW I. And your sensors in here, so basically your sensor for Driving Assistance Pro will be down here on this side of the grille, which is obviously missing. So this car does not have it equipped. Make our way to the side. So we have the style 859M bicolor wheels with the red M Sport calipers. It also has, at least, I don't remember too many of these ones showing up. So these are the Hankook tires. So again, this is OEM equipment, not some other thing going on. We'll take a step back. It's the G26 chassis, so same as the 4 Series Grand Coupe. Built on the same platform, although slightly different on the inside. I think maybe the height as well. Moving up back, we have our i4 badging and eDrive40 badging in chrome. Then our faux diffuser. It looks like probably frozen gray is the color on this one. And our gurney flap in gloss black, part of the shadow line package. It's a hatchback, of course. We'll pause here for the side profile view. And we'll take a step down and take a look at it from this angle as well. So I think a fairly decent profile. I think if it's a bit lower and slicker, I think it would make this car really fantastic. Think of the last gen 6 Series Grand Coupe and how that looked. Let's make our way to the inside, go over pricing and options. Alright, so opening up, we have the Mocha Vernasca leather, and this is basically, you don't see this too often. I don't think Mocha is ordered very commonly, especially on the i4, but it's an interesting contrast against Portimao Blue, much darker than Cognac, of course, which would be my preferred choice, but a very interesting color contrast, I'd say. All right, so let's take a look at the... All right, let's hop inside. All right, so inside, we have our M Sport steering wheel. M logo down here. No stitching, it's only on the M Performance models now, or full-blown M cars. Our eDrive8 instrument panel. Then our curved display. And the trim here is the aluminum rhombosil anthracite trim. And look at the center console here. So towards the end of production of 23, The gear selector disappeared. Now you get the drive selector nub. But other than that, nothing's changed for the i4 as we await production of model year 24. Alright, so starting price of the i4 eDrive40 is $57,100. Portimao Blue adds another $650. Of course, it does require M Sport package, so it's even more. The Vernaska leather adds another $1,500. Shellline package for another $950. M Sport package for another $3,200. Premium package for another $950. Then we got the Sensatech dashboard for $350. Front ventilated seats for another $350. And $1,000 for the laser lights. $200 for the wireless device charging. Another $300 for the personal eSIM 5G. $1,100 for the heads-up display. Then $875 for the Harman Kardon sound system. All told, MSRP of just under $70,000. All right, let's take a little closer look at the Sensatech dashboard. You can see some of that contrast stitching there, and very grainy, sort of like maybe like a Dakota leather type grain to it, and plasticky, not as, say, soft as the Sensatech that you'd find in the seats that are an option on the vehicle. All right, so moving outside, go open the rear door to get into our passenger compartment. Again, big issue here is the opening of the door. The door is small. The opening to the rear compartment is pretty restricted. The moonroof shade is now open. But this is what the cockpit looks like from the back seat. Climate control down here. Knee room, leg room, I think is pretty good. So what we'll find is that the headroom leaves a little bit to be desired. It's not too bad, but definitely not as good as the 3 Series. All right, so move to the trunk. Use our kick to open feature, which of course also disappeared for a little bit of time in 23 model year. So hatchback is open. We've got a little bit of extra storage underneath the compartment here. That's got the Harman Kardon sound system there. Then you've got our flexible fast charger. So that includes outlets for the 110 volt or the NEMA 1450 connector for level 2 charging at home. So charging times, so if for some reason you're stuck with level 1, you're looking at 100 hours to charge the vehicle from empty. Level 2, you can charge it in about 12 hours from empty. And then you can do DC fast charging through Electrify America, which is a program that BMW has with those providers. So you can have 30 minutes DC fast charging. That will get you from 10 to 80%, roughly in that amount of time, maybe a little bit over 30 minutes. But you'll have 2 years of complimentary charging, be it DC fast charging or level 2 charging at Electrify America. And that session is 60 minutes. And then you can come back several times a day, but the caveat that you have to be 60 minutes in between sessions. Now, 81.5 kilowatt battery. That's good for a range on the 19-inch wheels of about 282 miles. Of course, you can do better if you drive very efficiently and reduce all the output for heat or air. Use your B mode, efficient mode, all the things you can think of. But a pretty good range, and I think this is probably the sweet spot between the i4 M50 and the eDrive35. I think BMW just announced that they're going to have another variant of the i4 eDrive40. That's going to be xDrive. So it's going to up the horsepower, I believe, to 396 horsepower. I'll know more about the figures when we actually get one. But this one's 330 horsepower and 316 torques. So I think more power and torque that you need. Of course, torque is instantly available, which is the advantage of the i4. Now, in other words, all right, so one more thing about charging. So we, as in BMW, not me, have a partnership with Qmerit. They can provide you with installation services for your level 2 charging at home, as well as estimates. So you need basically be a quick walk around, you'll take some photos, or You can also have a concierge service come out and they'll take a look at it, make recommendations, do the install for you. You will of course have to buy a wall charger, or you can use, if you don't want to spend money for the wall charger, all the tools you have are included with the car. But that's at qmerit.com/EV/BMW to get you to that thing. So if you're thinking of ordering an electric vehicle, maybe you want to explore that before you're taking delivery of your car. Make sure you're prepared for charging at home. But that's it for a video walk around of the i4 eDrive40. We'll see you at the next video.